everyone. Welcome to Patch Update.
I was thinking about doing that, but it doesn't seem to fit this. Anyway, hey guys, with this fail intro brought to you by Sohinki, my name is SUNSfan, and this is the 6.8 patch
What are we
analysis.
talking about? Sorry, that was my
Is that
Reeves
supposed to be
impression.
Reeves? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reeves couldn't make it, unfortunately, so we got Sohinki to replace him.
Oh,
Sohinki, of course, a very famous YouTuber, pretty much the god of YouTube, if you will.
I wouldn't
And
say that.
since us two together really don't bring a lot of analysis to the table for a patch
We're both
analysis
bad at
video.
Dota.
Yeah, we're both pretty bad. We brought on Dexter, who
Dex.
The guy
isn't
that
a
killed
pro
people in
player,
Miami,
right?
right?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Oh, don't get me started with Dexter, the show. Don't get me started with that. Anyway, Dexter is a very high-level ringer, we're going to call you. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks.
Okay. How's it going, guys? Are you guys excited?
I actually am. I like a lot of these changes, and I'm
Yes.
excited to talk about
Well,
them.
before we get to the actual patch analysis, since
Mhm.
there's no technically any patch out, which I think it's coming out Wednesday is my guess, but don't quote me on that.
I hope so.
Terrorblade has been announced, which
Yes.
I think most people thought it was going to be Phoenix, including me. I thought it was going to be Phoenix, but I know you're especially happy about Terrorblade being the one coming out.
Yeah,
Sohinki.
he was one of
Who
my
is that?
one of my favorites from Dota 1. I'm super
Who's
excited.
that man?
Yeah,
Who's
well,
that hero?
yeah, so we have some Han Trash and Dexter here. Apparently never played Dota 1, but apparently he's still better than
But
both
he's
of us
also
at
way
Dota.
better than both of us.
Yes, it's very odd.
Nah,
But
it's okay, man.
for those that I don't know how many people are kind of like me and Sohinki, where we quit Dota 1 probably a couple years before Dota 2 came out. This hero is the same for the most part, aside from the Conjure image.
Yeah, the first.
Not Conjure image,
No, the
Reflection,
reflection, yeah.
which used to be like
It was like a
poor
worse
man's
version.
yeah,
Go ahead.
a
It was
poor
a
man's
worse version
Pugnal.
of Pugna's
How
thing.
dare you keep interrupting
I'm
me?
sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
go back and
I talk too
yeah,
much.
reflection was just a. It was before they changed it. It was just Pugna's ulti, but way worse.
Right.
Which didn't really fit the hero at all. So I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah. Now, from what again, this is just me eyeballing it. It's a single target skill used on an enemy. It creates an image of that enemy, does a percentage of the damage. You can't control the image. It only attacks the enemy hero for like 5 seconds, and that's pretty much it. Which could be very powerful against certain heroes. So we won't
Yeah.
go over this too much, but it's pretty interesting. We'll wait
Yeah.
and see. And then you're very excited about the Arcana that will be coming out with it.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It does.
He was like his model was Illidan Stormrage in the first
Yep.
game, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I think they did a good little reworking of him, and the Arcana looks badass. I like the whole like chest torn open look. It's
I
pretty
personally cannot wait for them to change his name like 3 months down the road to Blade
Yeah.
Terror or something like that, you know.
Demon
Anywho,
guy.
let's do the actual patch because that's what we're here for. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention random ability draft. What do you guys think about this? We talked about this a little bit before. Just to summarize it for you guys that don't know what it is, from what we can tell, it's like you pick 5 heroes each for the entire each team, that is, and those skills of those heroes. This is coming from Sohinki, so I don't know if this is completely
Well,
accurate.
this is so the way
Yeah.
they say it is, so each player is randomly assigned a hero, and then each hero's abilities are placed into the pool. So from the heroes that are randomly assigned, you pick from those abilities.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was random the heroes too. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it says right here. I can't read. All right. That should be fun though. That should be fun. Unless you get
Yeah, it's
screwed and
gonna
get
be really
like
fun.
I think like with modes like this, if you get stuck with 5 melees, it's a lot of times not very good.
I want to see Crystal Maiden with Jug ult.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much damage. That rack it really hurts when you go that fast, so.
He's bouncing the boobs all over
Yes.
them.
Okay. Let's get started with the patch. So, first change. You lose 1 gold. Actually, I have to preface this entire thing. We talked about this, and do you guys agree with me in the fact that this patch, for the most part, unlike 6.79, it's more catered toward the pub scene, like 80%,
Exactly.
I would say. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Yeah, man.
Okay, because
Finally, I'm gonna enjoy pubs.
yeah, you're gonna. I mean, are you one of the Earth Spirit haters from back?
No, no. I'm one of the Earth Spirit pickers, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is over. This patch
Report.
analysis is over.
Report him.
All right. Anyway, so for AP, which is all pick, you will now lose 1 gold per second if you haven't picked a hero once the selection timer runs out, which means you can't counter pick essentially, unless you want to lose all your gold. How
I
do you guys
like that.
Does
That's
this make
like
your
what
lives
I
easier?
I think that's why a lot of people shy away from all pick because of that very reason. Because you just pick a hero and then it gets counterpicked instantly. So
Right.
I like it. They're trying to do something about it.
And when
Yep.
it comes to Roshan, again, we're gonna skip some of this stuff because you guys can hopefully read. If not, I apologize. Just write to us in the YouTube comments and tell us you can't read, because that makes sense, right?
Everyone's gonna be commenting that now.
I know. Roshan, okay, Roshan no longer stops upgrading his HP slash damage slash armor at 45 minutes. Typically, he would gain strength over time, and after 45 minutes, he would get no better, essentially. So teams, once they're really strong, would just kill him instantly for the most part. And
Well, it's gonna have a huge impact in those 90-minute DK games. So
yes, you gotta love those. How does this affect the pub scene? Because this is more pro scene related, honestly.
How?
well,
Yeah.
the thing. Go ahead. You know more than me.
Me? Oh, well, basically in pubs, people who pick Ursa, Wisp, you know, that type of combo, they're gonna pick it more often. It's gonna be awesome, man.
That's true.
It's just, you know, like you're gonna be all level 1, and then some kind of team picks Ursa Wisp, and they're all level 3, you know, level 2, 3, and you're just like, okay, well, I think I'm a Puck level 1 versus a TA level 3. What am I gonna do here? And you just don't know what to do because that TA is level 3, and then the Roshan, you know, it ends and spawns anew, and you kill it even more quicker, and you don't know what to do because you won't contest it. It's gonna be really quickly dying.
The Roshan
So-
bounty, the rescaled, that's the team bounty, right? Not from like the last hit or whatever.
I believe so. Well, no, because you would never get 600 gold.
Yeah, you never get 600, so it's
Not-
just from
Yeah, I'm
killing.
not sure. That is actually a good point. I mean, the
You
ceiling
sure
is
about
way
it?
lower. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's random.
Is it? Well, I know it's random, but was the ceiling really 600 for the team, or for the last hitter?
I have no idea.
But
That
anyway,
just kinda struck me.
the point of the matter is Roshan, as you can see, he upgrades. His upgrade rate is 20% higher, which means at the beginning of the game he's actually stronger still than he used to be. So 20% all across the board, and in 45 minutes he continues to get strong, as opposed to before it would just stay static at that point. Okay, on to
I
the
like it.
heroes. Everybody hated this hero in the professional scene. This is one of those professional changes. Alchemist, night vision reduced from 1400 to 800, which is a huge deal because unstable
Yeah.
concoction is ridiculous, and the actual maximum shaking duration is no longer 7 seconds, so you don't have as much leeway. To get an actual max stun, you have to be very close to stunning yourself,
0.5.
essentially. So how do you guys like this change?
This is
I like
good.
it a lot. Yeah, every ranked game you see Alchemist picked or banned, so it's nice.
Yep. And what is the best part is that no more Alchemist is gonna gank you at night. Like minute 4 starts and it's nighttime, and since that he won't see you like further than you see him. So this is gonna be good. He's not gonna be that useful as he was.
So, and I want to bring this up because this was in one of our fails a long time ago. The unstable concoction no longer continues to get stronger while it's in the air. Did you guys know this?
I didn't
Nope.
even know that. No.
So if it was global, it will insta-gib you. Like if you TP away as it's coming for you, once it gets to the fountain, it will not only kill you, but anything in its path in the fountain. I remember specifically a clip in fails where there was a double kill. Like it
Really?
didn't. It wasn't even the AOE. Like once it hit, it literally went through a hero, killed him, and then like a second later killed the other guy. So
Wow.
How?
it was insane. So
How?
that was just a random bug, I guess. Okay. Ancient Apparition Ice Vortex was buffed. I don't think this is a huge change. I don't think the hero is going to be played anymore. Agree, disagree?
Yeah, no, it's not that big of a deal. Spell
Dexter?
damage by 5%.
Nope. Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Feel free to disagree with me. I mean, everybody does these days.
I mean, it's kind of nice, but
Find a way to disagree with me, Sohinki.
find a way. 5% magic damage. That's gonna change everything. Yeah.
So dirty. Especially with that lion ult, which we'll get to very soon, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Great synergy.
Wombo
Yeah.
combo.
Okay, anti-mage mana void radius has been increased. A lot of people didn't even know that it had a radius, so maybe this will
Wow, really?
educate them
I
to the
thought that
fact.
was
I
like
don't know.
common knowledge.
Well, in addition to that, the AoE targeting, it actually shows. So this
More
again,
triple kills.
this is more pub related. But yeah,
More
Yeah.
triple kills, man.
more dude, I've seen we've had like 3 or 4 rampages sent in with mana
Really?
mana void. Hell yeah, it's pretty
Well,
sick.
Yeah.
it's gonna be more often than triple kills and then rampages.
Yeah, that's gonna be the new Kunkka rampage, where I have to deny every single one of those. Anyway, going on to Axe is HP, who's not played at all, essentially. Base HP regeneration increased from 2 to 3. Berserker's Call duration increased a little bit. Berserker's Call cooldown rescaled to be
I
a...
remember back when Alliance was coming up, they would run him every now and then.
Did they
But
run a mid?
no, they had a weird tri-lane. I remember the game
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
remembering was with Shadow Demon, Dazzle, and Axe.
Mm.
It was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty
I never
cheesy,
seen that.
though. You know?
because the Dazzle heal goes through Magic Community, so
Mhm.
the Shadow Demon imprisons, and then the Axe stands next to him, and the Dazzle heals, and it's like an instant kill level
Oh yeah,
1.
that's a lot of damage. Yeah.
Anyway,
I think the
What
HP
about the?
regeneration is kind of big. No, it's not big, but I think they should do it a little bit more because ever since the Tranquil Boots nerf, he's been
Mhm.
almost useless in the jungle. Unless you get like
Yeah.
a really lucky stack. Would you agree with that?
yeah,
A lucky
I think
stack with trolls.
Yes. Trolls are good.
Mhm.
Trolls are really good.
I
Okay.
think the bigger change is the Berserker's Call than the regen. Just one regen. I don't know.
Well, what I'm saying is I think if you want to get him back into the jungle being good, again,
Right.
the
Right,
HP
right.
regen is a good direction. I don't think it's enough though. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not putting up to like 10 or anything like that's insane, but something to help him in the jungle is what I would want.
Yeah. Once again, I think it's more of a pub change.
Yeah. Batrider, can we move on?
Oh yeah. This is a good one, man. This is a
The
very
usual
interesting
one.
one.
Very interesting. By all means, talk about it for 10 minutes.
Come on, come
Well,
on.
and that's
Yes.
0.2 seconds. As you know, that's one more than 0.1 and one less than 0.3.
That is professional
So
analysis brought to you by the great Sohinki. Thank you so much.
yeah,
Beastman, this is an interesting change. Call the
I
Wild.
like this a lot.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
So, well, you go ahead. Talk about it.
Well, I like the fact that you potentially have multiple beasts out.
Right.
And it makes him even more of a pusher. Also, having multiple hawks out is pretty OP for vision. So
I think you can
Oh,
have
yeah.
2 for 20 seconds,
yeah,
if my math is right. If I remember the cooldowns.
That was real good.
I think for me, that's not really his problem. I think his ultimate, it's good, but even with the nerf, Alchemist is still like his stun is almost the same thing as Beastmaster's ult. You know what I mean? Especially with the AoE. Maybe if there wasn't an AoE, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But this
You
is
get the-
obviously a huge buff with the Hawk because you can just map hack all over the place.
Exactly.
yeah. And I like the 2 boars. I think it's gonna be really good for pushing when like people get necro on him and stuff.
That's true.
Not only pushing, but also slowing the carries and the heroes, which are they
Yeah.
need to get close to you so they would attack you or kill you or something. You just slow those 2 heroes.
I want to
What'll be
see.
interesting?
I want to see more boots of travel on the Hawk.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
of BOTs coming, man.
Hell yeah.
I wonder if the slow on the boars stack
They
if they
don't.
both. No.
No. But
Okay.
you can micro them, or I think the debuff lasts 3, maybe 4 seconds, so it might even be beneficial in some cases to just attack the same hero so you can refresh it. I don't know. It depends on the scenario. But typically speaking, you can just focus 2 different heroes. And I mean, it's pretty ridiculous slow for
Yeah,
a
it's not
unit
bad.
that's built into your freaking hero. So, But
Mhm.
the Hawk is still the bread and butter of Beastmaster, I think, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Okay.
Puppy's gonna start picking Beastmaster.
You think so? In what scenario?
Yeah, he's gonna micro man the 2 pigs.
Oh, that's why. Just because there's micro involved?
Yeah.
He doesn't pick Meepo, though.
Oh.
Oh, challenge
yet.
accepted?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, blood. Do we need to talk about? I don't think this changes Bloodseeker.
I mean, it's
for pubs. I
nice.
like the AOE thing. You don't have to do anything in like fight. You don't have to get the kill. You don't even have to be attacking the hero, according to this.
They keep giving Bloodseeker these little buffs, and I like want him to be good enough that people will pick him up, not by accident.
Mhm.
Shout out to Zephyr. But but I just I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen for him to be good enough. But yeah, he'll forever be the pub star, I think.
Yeah.
He's good. He's not that bad. You just buy Radiance, Force Staff, or those type of items. It's good.
Mhm.
I think if you get out early Midas and then you just farm Radiance, you just kill map.
We're talking
Or-
about pubs here, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The
Okay,
pub.
just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah, man, of course.
I want to see
know.
this guy like become a staple in the professionals. I mean, he's picked up even by not by accident a couple times when he was originally buffed in 6.7, 8, or 9, whichever patch that was.
I think 9.
But like no sustainability whatsoever. So meh. He's kind of
Well,
like
he's-
cheesy.
well, he's kind of useless then if you want to pick him in some kind of serious match in professional Dota because he's really low HP and it's really easy to kill him. But you never know, right? Like if you buy Potres, all those type of items, you never know. Maybe he's gonna be good. You just have to make it good with some hero pick.
Yeah.
Early blade mail. That's how I play him.
Man, talking like a true professional.
I know.
Brewmaster, who I am a huge fan of. I think this is a pretty good buff.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I was excited last patch when they put in the Aghanims change with double the abilities essentially, and you haven't seen
What?
them.
The double stomp is so
Yeah,
nice.
it's disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never
you
knew
can
that.
use with the Ags buff from the last patch. When you have Ags, you get one of your normal abilities on each of your heroes. So the Drunken
Seriously?
Haze and the Stomp and
The
yeah.
fact that you don't know this means that nobody picks Brewmaster.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
testament to what I'm
I
saying.
really don't know, man. Like in a pub, last time in a pub game, I saw Brewmaster probably like 7 months ago or something.
It's
Seriously.
Well, just think of the possibility. I mean, I think the biggest issue is the team relies on his ult so much, and with the lower cooldown, I think it helps. I don't know if this is enough per se, but you blink in, you do a thunderclap, you drunken haze somebody, and then you ultimate, and you have all the
Yeah.
abilities again. Like it's
That's
pretty
really
freaking
good.
good.
In addition to the stone and the tornado and everything. So
Yeah.
great.
Once again, Puppy's gonna start picking it.
That's true. More micro. Well, this was the
More
last
micro.
patch though, so he hasn't picked it yet. Maybe this is
For
enough.
real, I will be interested to see if he gets picked up every now and then, because I think was his biggest problem was if the ultimate gets wasted, then the other team's just like, okay, it's time to go now.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot like there's a lot of heroes like that. Like Warlock.
Yeah.
Trying to think of more, but yeah.
Tidehunter.
Tidehunter, definitely. God,
Shiva.
where has he gone? Shiva, yeah, definitely. Okay, Bristleback. Pretty strong. Base damage
Yeah.
reduced by 4. Meh. Okay. Broodmother. Can no longer leave the map boundaries.
Sad. When my team was
Golf
losing
clap.
when I was dire, I used to just like to go sit in the lava. It's like
You
a very
would.
emo. It was a very emo thing.
I love the whole you hide in their ancient,
Yeah.
and they can't actually hit you when there's 5 melee, because you play against a lot of 5 melee lineups. Let's not kid
Yep.
ourselves here, right?
For real though,
Yep.
it's a necessary change.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
do you
think.
know how you can kill her?
How?
You just buy Dag and a Terrorblade.
Oh, that's true. That is
Mhm.
true. The
If you're
counter to
really, you just,
Broodmother.
Yeah, exactly, man. Dag and a Terrorblade, and she's dead.
Okay, so Spin Web no longer gives 200 vision, and free pathing is now removed when enemies have vision over you, which is the
Yep.
biggest nerf by far. Now, okay, so I need to say one thing before you guys talk about this. Obviously, these are great changes for the pub. This changes nothing for competitive. He wasn't picked. I don't even think he's in CM actually. So that might change things. But even in pubs, he didn't seem like he was very good. He was just annoying. You know, I don't think the win rate is very high with Broodmother. Not that
I
that's
think
saying
so
much in
was-
pubs.
Well,
I
if you go to ranked match, just you're playing a ranked match, for example, like 5K bracket, every second or third game there's a Broodmother, and the Broodmother always buys freaking Midas, freaking Necronomicon 3, and Manta, and he just split pushes. It doesn't matter like if he's not useful, but he's so freaking annoying. You just always have to be there because he's gonna take you a Rax or he's gonna take you a tower, and that's a lot of waste of time, you know?
That's
Right.
why I don't do all pick in ranked, because people will just do like Broodmother and Nature's Prophet, and if you're not paying attention to one, then the other's
Nope.
doing whatever. So it's annoying, and people, I don't know, people always tend to camp heroes at Broodmother because they think like they have to kill her, so it just leaves the other people open to do whatever, push the other lanes.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, it's kind of a hero you can ignore until she's at your base, kind of thing. At least that's how I look at it. Centaur, Stampede cooldown has been reduced, mostly at level 1 and 2.
You must be.
Yeah,
you must-
coming from
That's
a top,
ulti, right?
coming from an X top 10 Centaur. Now it's top 25 as far as I know. Great change, although I think in like a competitive nature it makes no difference because I don't think that this hero can really play in any lanes right now. From what
Tiny Centaur, man.
that's
the best.
true, but that's kind of cheesy. But that is amazing if you can do it
The
right.
best. It's the best thing ever.
See, these are pub strats. I mean, it's amazing for pub strats,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
I'm excited
Finally,
about that.
pubs are gonna be fun.
I like it.
Finally,
Finally,
Clockwork.
man.
This is the biggest change of the patch right here.
Clockwork.
No. I'm
Power
joking.
cut. I mean, do we need to talk about this? It used to take 3 hits, now it takes 2 for the first 3 levels. I think occasionally you might see people actually kill the cogs, but
That is a really big change, man.
Yeah.
It's really important. Well, really, it's really important.
Early
now.
on,
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, early on, you like, for example, he cogs you in. You just like have to make 3 hits. but
Well,
instead of that,
I
you
think
do.
from the inside, like if you're going to be getting battery assault, which we can assume you're going to get battery assault, you can't kill the cogs anyway. It's got to be a teammate
No,
from
no,
the
no, no,
outside.
no, no, no. I mean not like that. Like if you're, for example, on a tri lane
Hmm.
and he's off lane, yeah, and for example he cogs
Oh,
the
yeah.
support,
Hmm.
and so those, the carries, the carry and the support just attack that, and she just runs away.
So this is a change for the tri lane as a like a
Yeah,
side
I
lane.
think so. I
Okay,
think
that makes
so.
sense. Okay, that's cool. Crystal Maiden, intelligence reduced by meh, 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 meh.
Whatever.
Darkseer, meh, 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 meh. Dazzle, I'm just gonna do that for every single one. Dazzle also a meh. I mean,
Make
I
sure to
think
put
Weave,
up like your face, but it's like kind of the
eh,
Grinch,
eh,
and then
meh,
it's
meh.
shaking back and forth
I
each
think
time.
Weave is an amazing ultimate, but you know, whatever.
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
why
it's
Dazzle's not picked up more. Maybe you can explain that
He's
to
real
me.
good
Yeah, he's so good.
explain
He's
that.
and really powerful. He has such a great attack animation that he can go solo mid and just own
That's
the
what I
mid,
yeah,
miss is
I
solo mid,
agree.
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just seems like if you're playing him in a tri lane, you you have to
Nah.
get one in
Nah,
grave, right?
Nah.
I start out with one in heal but yeah, I think solo mid's his best.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, solo mid is the best for him because he has really, really great attack
I
animation
haven't
and he
seen
can
solo
just
mid dazzle in years.
I do it all
yeah,
the time in
Okay,
pubs.
not years, maybe 1 year, singular.
yeah. I would love to see it in competitive scene.
Well, we see him in like dual and tri lanes a
No, no,
decent
no,
amount
that's a
for like
solo mid.
Rock's Kiss, but yeah, solo mid no. Death Prophet, Exorcism cooldown increased by a little bit, but the
Yeah.
silence I think is the biggest change of this.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's nice.
substantial, to be honest.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
pretty annoying. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just go on.
I think overall it's a buff. I mean the silence AoE is nice.
Yeah.
Hmm. So basically, before it was annoying, and now it became even more annoying. Because, when you're gathering together, you want to do something, you just silence, and you're like, oh shit, we're fucked. Just run away.
Yeah. For sure, Dragon Tail for Dragon Knight. I think this change, it seems random, but I think it's kind of good because, correct me if I'm wrong, people don't really level this past 1. They literally will get stats because the gain you get from the stun is negligible, the damage is negligible when leveling it up, but this might be maybe enough to make them level it up. I'm not sure.
Um, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think the damage is more
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
important.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. People are gonna start scaling it now because 12 seconds cooldown. Yeah, they're gonna start scaling it. Yep.
Okay. Drow Ranger. Silence has been reworked. So the silence was basically like Death Prophets, but now it's kind of a wave. It knocks back people. What was the distance?
300. Well, it's proportional
350.
to. Yeah, it's 350 if they're
Okay.
right next to you, but if
Mm,
you cast it from max range, then it's 0.
okay. And of course, the silence is exactly the same. So this is a buff for
Yeah,
all intents and
that's really
purposes.
nice.
And I think it synergizes really nicely with her ultimate. I think that's her biggest problem. When people get close to her, her ultimate obviously disables, and she's just garbage tier. And
Yeah,
this
exactly.
helps to a certain degree. So
The was the AoE always 250 or no, the radius before was 300, so they nerfed the AoE a little bit, but they
oh,
made
that's
it
true.
go
Yeah.
distance.
Hmm. Does this change anything? I want to know from competitive scene because I feel like she's picked in pubs anyway.
Yeah,
So
in pubs they always pick her and just farm, but in competitive I haven't seen her for some time already.
yeah. All right, you guys take Earth Spirit. I know
Oh
how much,
yeah.
especially Dexter. I know how much how the high level players love
Oh
to hate
yeah.
Earth Spirit. So please, by all
Ooh,
means.
Earth Spirit. I love this hero, man. But apparently now it's gonna get a little bit fixed, but still he's not gonna be that super fixed. Still he's gonna be fun to play.
Hmm.
So basically this is gonna be really nice. But apparently this is what I think about this hero, Earth Spirit. I think in the beginning when he came out, I think he should have been like this, how it is right now in this new patch, Not like how it is right now in this patch. The previous patch, How was it? The 678, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
which one was it? Yeah, so right now, this patch, the 680, this is gonna be like the new Earth Spirit, how it should have been made,
Oh, I
because
see. Yeah.
the third spell is just freaking OP, man. It's like 1000 range stun, initiation, and such a low cooldown, plus it's instant, and you can just go in a team fight. You just, roll into the team fight, you stun 4 people, and then you instantly silence them, you ulti, then you put a rock, and then you
Mm.
just like, holy shit, what to do, what to do, what to do? And you get like 500, 600 damage in 7 seconds, and then he puts another rock and then upgrades his ulti, and it's just like so insane because there's so much damage. Plus, they changed the rock, and it's gonna be, well, let's just say harder to use the rocks, and
I
people
think
are gonna start saving the
that
rocks.
that's probably the biggest change is the
Exactly.
recharge timer being 10 seconds different. I mean, a lot of this, like the first few lines here, is essentially changing the effects of the skills, like flip-flopping them.
Yeah, they
So,
flip-flop the grip and the push.
right. So tell me what the combo is now with this hero.
The combo?
Yeah.
Well, I still don't know, man. I gotta ask Jarex.
That's true. We were supposed to be making a guide on him with Jarek's help, and now we gotta redo the whole thing because of this. So I guess we'll give it some time.
Well, I mean, you lose the pushback like into your team, but like the one you could do now it's sort of similar, but it's harder to pull off. You like push the rock at them for the stun, then you pull it back, and then you roll into it.
Hmm.
That's like your pick off combo,
As
I
much
think.
as
But-
people
but see-
hate this hero, I think like if it was enabled in CM, this is a fun hero to watch.
Yeah, it is. It is. He is really fun.
I think they're gonna wait one more like mini patch just to see if
Yeah,
he's
I agree.
balanced now.
By the way, guys, do you know that the first spell of First Spirit, currently right now in the old patch, the first spell you can use it on BKB units. Do you know that, right?
Really?
I did not know that.
Yeah, you could use that. Like for example, like you have a BKB on activated on you, and you just use the first spell on him, and it knocks back him.
Wow.
So this should have been, as I told you, it should have been that type of spell how it is right now, fixed. Like it's reworked.
So
It
it's
should have been like
well,
this.
it's not even a rework; it's a fix apparently.
Yeah, I
So-
think so. It's a fix. It should have been like this. I'm telling
And
you,
then
man. Ice Frog,
apparently-
seriously.
Apparently before it was not blocked by Lincolns because they made a point of saying that
Hmm.
it now triggers Lincolns when you use it on someone.
So lots of changes to Earth Spirit. Remains to be seen if, I mean, general nerf, honest, but remains to be seen if people will still hate his guts. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
Earthshaker, not the hugest changes. I think the base movement speed, it's like
I think
almost,
that's important.
it's like encouraging roaming from Earthshaker, I feel like. And of course, extra health is never a bad thing.
10 movement speed early on, I think, is actually a really big deal.
What
Yeah.
is Crystal Maiden? Is she 280? The lowest in the game?
I know Death Prophet's 280 at the start.
Yeah, well, she gets hers boosted eventually, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Enchantress, don't need to talk about that. Enigma Black Hole increased for the AoE and the cast range increased, so slight buffs to
Finally
Enigma.
PGG is gonna start hitting them.
I want to see Enigma with Aghanim Scepter in a pro game. That's what I'm waiting for.
I want to see Enigma with the Lion Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Shout out,
This
shout out.
one, I thought, I mean, I don't think it changes much, to be honest, but I think it's a very, I don't know why I think it's a cool change, is with Faceless Void. So the Chronosphere cooldown is reduced. You now have 1,000 movement speed and phase while in Chronosphere, and then Time Walk, which was 120 mana, which is insane for such a, well, it's a shitty skill. It's like a really bad blink, is now reduced in mana a little bit. So I guess the main change is the 1,000 movement speed. Is that, what do you guys think about this?
I think it's neat. I don't think it changes the because it's most of the time you were locking down a hero and then using like AoE items to do damage to multiple heroes. You weren't like running between them. So I mean, I think it's cool, but I don't think it changes them that much.
No, I think it's okay now. You can just buy massive Battle Furies, Daedalus, just hit people. If you're maybe, just hitting the wrong target, you just run into him and just chop him. I think it's gonna be cool. Plus, this is a really nice change. You can actually do a Faceless Void offlane with the not Chronosphere, I think, with the Time Walk, because it was 120 mana and now it's 90, and now you can just go offlane Void. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna work.
Offlane Void with no farm. That's what you're advocating right now?
Yeah, it's really
Void
good.
doesn't
That's
need
pretty
farm.
hot,
He just
yeah.
needs to chrono his
Man.
teammates.
And if you'd see what we were doing in pubs with Merlini, like I go offlane Void, Faceless Void, and I just get a quick Necronomicon or Mechanism, and we just kill stuff because he's a support. He just puts a Chronosphere, and the teammates they just cast spells and
So
kill the.
it's a utility Void, essentially. I mean,
Yeah,
you kind
exactly.
of have to get AoE skills in that scenario, right? For your,
Yeah, like Queen of Pain,
I like Lich ult in a
Oh,
Chronosphere
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, very
Okay.
good, my
Well,
friend.
so this basically does nothing, is what we've basically summed up.
But
Huskar,
it'll look cool and feel
Yeah.
cool to run at 1,000 move speed.
that is true. It'll be like you'll be Bloodseeker for just a few seconds.
Mhm.
Huskar, Burning Spear duration increased, Inner Vitality is buffed when he's low, and the cast range has been increased to be able to put it on teammates. I don't
Nah,
feel like
zero.
this does anything.
No,
Nah,
maybe in pubs more you'll see him, but
Yeah. I mean, ever since the
zero is so
Ethereal
disgusting.
Blade or the Ghost Scepter nerf, where you can't attack. I mean, obviously he was overpowered, but now he's just not good. I don't think.
Well,
yeah.
still annoying in a lane, right?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those. It's like it's one of those cheesy strats. You know, you have a great lineup to go with it, like a Dazzle as an example or something like that,
Mhm.
and you can snowball. But as a consistent thing, it's never gonna happen the current way. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Okay, Invoker. Somebody take that.
Oh, I'm so
Goodbye.
excited about this change. Yeah. I mean, probably goodbye from the competitive scene mostly, I would think, just because the Forge
Not
Spirit.
only, and in pubs as well.
Yeah, the Forge Spirits are they're too powerful. They needed a buff, or I mean a debuff. I don't know if this is too much or not, but they needed to be easier to kill. So
Hmm.
I like it.
Me too. I also like the fix.
And kind of this thing we've been seeing, this trend where things are becoming more consistent, like less. I don't want to say skill based. Um,
I mean,
I
it
don't know.
didn't take much. It didn't take much skill to summon your Forge Spirits and cold snap somebody
Yeah.
and then kill them.
I think the Ghost Walk is pretty cool though. The Ghost Walk move speed. Actually
Yeah,
become
I like that.
faster at the higher level. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And don't forget that you can do a really nice combo. Like you go to the Ghost Walk and just run into Ghost Walk and just find people and just make an opening. Just not many people who play Invoker, they do this. Like they just, go into the Ghost Walk, but how do they do it? They first cast it, they invoke the Ghost Walk. They have it already the spell active in the book, and they just get the Wex, so they're quick, and then they cast the Ghost Walk and they start running and just finding, an enemy. That's pretty good as well.
Put a Radiance on
Plus,
him.
if yeah, the Radiance as well. That's pretty nice because you never know if a team is gonna buy Dust or not.
I think I like the EMP change because this makes it like we see a nerf to Forge Spirit, which is Exhort, and then EMP, which
Hmm.
is Wex.
Yeah.
It's always the same delay, which is nice for. I mean, I guess it doesn't make a difference for the high level players, but I guess the lower level that want to try Invoker out, it's kind of nice to never you don't have to keep track of how long it takes, so it's just the same time every time. That's kind of nice, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
Jakilo, Ice Path rescaled. Meh. I don't know why they keep changing the damage on that. I don't get it.
I don't know, man. I don't like the Zero.
Me
I
neither.
like I like Jakiro a lot. I think you don't see him that often just because his cast animations are so long, but I like him.
Nah, man.
I mean,
I don't
they've
like the Zero.
increased the DPS of his dual breath, but then they take away the initial damage. So, oh, okay. Here it shows the total damage is basically the same. So, don't
Total
know.
damage.
I don't know.
I don't like the Zero at all.
I mean, what's his main issue? I think his cast range is complete garbage. His animations for everything, whether it's attack or cast, is horrible.
I think that's the main thing is the animations. They just take so long.
Well, I used to say the same. I kind of still feel the same way. Clockwork's the exact same way with his terrible animations, but they just kept buffing cogs until they were 8 seconds, and then the damage and the mana burn are so high now that he's good suddenly, even though his cast animations are shit, you know. And Lesh is
Here,
kind of the same way.
here's how you make him playable. Make the dual breath work on towers. Boom.
Oh, peace. So he has two DPS things for the tower, and they stack. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so he's a
Yep.
pusher in that case. Beautiful. Juggernaut Blade Fury reduced. Okay, better for. It's barely any different. Not even worth mentioning. Keeper of the Light mana leak stun has been increased. 3 seconds is pretty long.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Although we
Resurgence
don't
of-
really see him as often anymore either.
We'll see Gandalf more often now.
Yeah. Legion Commander Moment of Courage now only procs one extra lifesteal attack. That's just a bug fix. The grace period. I mean, Legion Commander is a fun here. I think she is. I keep saying he. She is the
She
second.
just call her Shemale.
Well, he used to be. She used to be a man. So
Just call her Shemale, man.
okay. Second most popular hero behind Pudge. Pretty interesting stat.
Wow.
Legion?
And it's not. I don't think it's because it's a new hero either. Because
It's a really fun
typically-
hero.
yeah,
It's because permanent bonus damage feels awesome.
it does. It
That's
really
why.
does. It's
Yeah,
very
I get so excited because I never play Legion. When I win a duel against her, I get so excited for the
I
rest of the
know.
game.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
It's good for everybody, right?
I'm just like, I won a duel, GG.
Yeah. All right, this is the interesting change. I want to talk about this for a bit. Lesh's Lightning Storm is being buffed, where It's the skill that, well, first of all, he's never picked anyway. I don't think this changes. Well, maybe he's a better pusher now, but nobody picks up this skill. A lot of people, well, I shouldn't say nobody. No, a lot of people completely ignore Lightning Storm and go for stun
That's his first, right?
and Diabolic Edict. No, that's his third.
Yeah. His third?
Yeah. You got his split
Oh,
Earth,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Then Diabolic Edict,
That's what I
Lightning
meant. The
Storm.
one that calls down the lightning on them. Yeah, yeah.
Right. A lot of people save this till after, like they get stats a lot of time until like level 17.
That's how I skipped the skill completely.
Does this
I don't-
change that thought process?
I don't think it's a big enough change, no.
It's the cooldown is the biggest, probably.
Yeah, it's more spammable, which is nice.
I mean, he's
Maybe
a huge pusher. I mean, he was a great pusher before. This is just adding insult to injury.
Leshrac is really good now because many people they just didn't skill the third spell because they thought of getting more attributes because he needs HP, and because of this, the Lightning Storm, I think many more people are gonna start getting it because you're gonna push waves, much more faster and do more damage in the
Mhm.
team fight. But still, I really think that like the ultimate it still does a lot of damage. You're not gonna be always casting the third spell, right? You're just gonna run next to him and just attack him, right click.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the difference. So I have a problem with Lesh and Lina, very similar cast animations with their stuns.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's just.
I think the biggest difference between the two is like Lesh, you don't if you're going to be playing support, which is going to be 90% of the time, the ultimate isn't really a feasible option. Like you're never going to I shouldn't say you never. Most times you're not going to have like a bloodstone or anything to be able to sustain that kind of damage as
Oh
opposed
yeah,
to
yeah,
Lina
exactly,
where it's
exactly.
guaranteed damage. So I feel like Lina in that scenario is a better hero. Obviously Lesh is a better pusher, so it's just
The ultimate, you can use it okay in team fights if you just pick up like drums. I mean, you drain your mana really quick, but you can get off a few pulses and it's decent damage.
but then you can't Lightning Storm for a fourth time in a row.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll try picking it up, but I think I'm.
Yes, please
ultimately-
let us know. Write us a letter. Let us
I
know how
will.
Lesh is now.
I will. You're gonna have to repost this video with
Okay.
my
I will
expert
post the
analysis
letter.
later on.
You have to handwrite the letter though and mail it.
I will. It's gonna be really bad handwriting. I
Okay.
write like a third grader.
Me too. Excellent. Lina, Dragon Slave initial final AoE's been changed. I guess it's a buff, yeah. That's actually an issue I had. Not that I play support a lot, but with carry Lina. Now, Dragon Slave, when you cast it, a lot of times it looks like the flame hits, but it doesn't actually. Like it looks like it should hit, and I think this kind of remedies that to some degree. And then
Yeah.
Fiery Soul has been buffed slightly.
Mhm.
Doesn't really change anything though. I think it just makes it more consistent.
I think
Yeah.
Lina is a really good hero overall, and this is still not bad. But when you're playing against Lina, as you just said about like it should hit, but it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And like whenever you're playing against that hero, you just like, oh fuck, it's gonna hit, and then it really like looks it's hitting you, and you're like, oh fuck, shit, oh shit, it hit. Oh, but no, it didn't hit, and you're just, it's fine.
Pretty much. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay, this is the one that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay, so was it? It's been so long. 6.79. Was that the Bloodseeker patch where he went really fast and the
I think
Broodmother
so.
patch?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
everybody
think
was
so.
obsessing over those heroes, and then like a couple weeks later, like, okay, well these heroes are actually just garbage. Lion. Aghanim Scepter now causes Finger of Death to hit units with a 200 AoE the primary target. Discuss.
I think it's cool. The problem is most times he's not gonna have the farm for an Ags.
Right.
I don't think, because he's gonna be picking up like a mech or
Do
blink or
you,
whatever.
by chance,
Not really.
remember? And I always bring this up, and people that watch our stuff might be annoyed with me repeating this over and over. Lion used to be played as a mid, and I still feel,
Exactly.
I
Yes.
still feel he is top 5 mid hero in the game. He is
Exactly, bro.
insanely hard to play against, especially
Yeah.
with all the buffs to mana drain. It's insane. So I think this only affects the games like you were talking about where he actually gets farm. And of course, the 200 AoE is somewhat small, but if you put together a lineup like you were talking about earlier, like a Magnus, I mean, this is a ridiculous change. But that's kind of the minority of the time, I feel like.
Yeah, in Dota 1 I always played Lion mid. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's really good. Middle, he's really strong, especially versus like Storm Spirit, Puck, Queen of Pain, because all of those peers are being picked all the time. And I think the Chinese, they love the Lion solo middle. Since
Really?
my friend told me, yeah,
Really?
they love the
Really?
Lion solo mid.
I'd love to watch that.
Yeah,
That's
man.
something I miss. I used to do Lich mid too, which was great back
That's
in the
really
day.
good as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna be so excited the first game I see a Lion and a Magnus picked up in the same game.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we were talking about this before we recorded because we're cool like that. The Lone Druid Spirit Bearing's Tangle is no longer an orb effect. I feel, and I think we all agree now, that this isn't a big change because he could use orbs before. It's
Yeah.
just it doesn't proc, like the orb will not proc when the Entangle procs. So it's just
Yeah,
that one hit.
as long as the
Yeah.
orb's a buff placer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
it'll still be on them when the root triggers. So
Now, from a technical standpoint, we could be horribly wrong, because I can't remember the last time I've seen a Lone Druid pick up like a Deso. But that's
yeah,
probably
but
because they have the Orb of Venom all the time.
yeah,
But they don't really, I mean, I don't know. Plus they get Assault, which is better overall. So we'll just go with that. You guys can flame us if we're wrong. Lycan, who I want to talk about a little later as well. An indirect nerf to Necronomicon. Affects him directly, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Changes to Wolves here, which I don't think make up for that. I think he's never going to be played still.
well the level 4 wolves have the HP regen.
I feel like when they're level 4 wolves, they're already really good. You don't really need
Yeah.
HP regen. The level 3
Yeah.
invisibility is kind of nice, but the Necro nerf is so big for this hero. I don't know. Can you play this hero, Dexter, without Necro?
Of course, why not?
Is he
He's
viable? I'm talking. Okay,
Yeah.
forget about pubs.
People-
You can do anything in pubs. Okay, I can play Lion with a Deso. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Lycan in a
Okay.
competitive game, can he play and be useful without a Necro?
Well, mostly all the time in the games, people just rush into a Necronomicon and just push towers, right? Because
Yeah.
of the second spell of the Howl, I think, and the wolves, and just just push, push, push. But I think I'm not sure, but I just think that you can actually make him as a very valuable carry, just by making the right items. But not sure. I don't think so. So
What if they added
it's
regen? I think they were trying to stay away from this from the patch a couple times ago. You add not this much regen, but you add some regen, extra regen to the wolves level 1 or 2, so he can jungle again.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not sure about that. Wait, am I sure about what?
About what you just said?
About that? That's what I want.
No, about the region.
Yeah, he's
I'm
saying
saying
that's what
they
he wants
should.
to happen.
They should add that.
Oh,
They
oh
should
yeah,
add a
they
little
should,
bit of
of
regen.
course. Yeah,
Because
sorry,
he can't junk. Like, what did they do? They like cut the HP in half or something like that, wasn't it?
I
That's
thought
the
it was the
case?
armor was the
Oh,
big
yeah,
deal
yeah,
because
yeah.
they decreased the armor of
Well, it
him.
was both, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
HP and armor. Well, whatever. He's like useless in the jungle. He's just not played very often, so I think he's a
think
fun
you
hero
could-
to watch.
I think you could still jungle with him. You just have to tank some of the damage early on.
Oh, you can jungle with anybody, just very poorly.
That's true.
You know.
You're saying he's fun to watch? Not really, man. Especially when you're playing against it. Really not fun to watch how your tower's
Well,
dying. Like,
Well, if you're playing it, so you're not watching it. You know.
of course, if you're playing it, it's good. But
Yeah.
I don't like watching him taking my tower down, and then the rack's like 20 minutes, and you're like, okay.
Hey, that's
was a
his
very
job.
nice
You
game.
know, it's like Nature's Prophet on crack.
Oh yeah.
Magnus, we were talking about the
This is
combo
a huge change.
with Lion. That I don't. I think the Lion thing alone is gonna make him be picked more in pubs, but it doesn't really change anything. Medusa, slight buff to mana shield. It's another hero we don't see. It's just 2 mana dependent or 2 item dependent.
I think that she's viable. I think her ultimate's insanely good. I think people.
Oh,
don't know,
I agree. Her
should
ultimate's
experiment with picking her
insane.
up.
It's insane.
And it buffs physical damage when people get frozen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's really good. I think she could be built to fight earlier, and I think people have sort of this item build in mind. It's like she needs a Lincoln, she needs this, she needs that. But
Could be.
I think she could fight earlier.
I think when they changed the ultimate to, what was her Mystic Snake that works on it pure damage while they're in stone form I thought that was a big buff,
Hmm.
and this is a much smaller buff, so I don't see anything changing. Personally.
This does allow her to fight earlier, technically too, though. The increased mana shield.
You know what? I
absorption.
think we can agree with one thing. She's hideous.
She's beautiful, man.
Okay, I guess we don't.
Yeah.
Meepo, talk about this, Dexter. This is a hero that you play a lot, right?
No, I don't play this hero at all, man.
I know.
Like, what are you talking about?
So,
This hero,
Divided We
me,
Stand
micro?
Ultimate 1 level earlier. And again, this is from the last patch. It was already changed drastically. And
Yeah.
the timer, it's like a built-in mini Bloodstone to some degree.
Yeah,
I
the good thing about the second buff is that now your Meepo can feed more. Like
Yeah,
you feed more
and,
often.
and you know what? And you know what? And finally, maybe Fnatic is gonna take the Meepo for no tail as a support or a carry.
I'd love to see
That would
that
be
more
good.
often. I mean, people are
Everyone would
begging
be
for
so
it,
excited.
you know.
Come on, like people are asking, come on, no tail, why don't you play an official match? Freaking this Meepo, you know? And he's like, they don't pick him at all. But this hero is super fun to watch, especially if he's gonna go mid and he's gonna make so quick hags, you know, this blink dagger and just, you know, run around and kill stuff. Because he really does a really great job with this Meepo, especially when he buys BOTs. He's just like all over the map.
Yeah.
That's just so freaking insane, man. Right, Dota.
It's just a snowball hero, though. You know, if you get off to a bad start, it's hard to get back into the game.
Oh yeah, of
That's
course,
the main
of
issue.
course. But still, you know, it's no tail.
Oh, of course. No Tail's amazing, man. I'm his biggest fan. I'm his fanboy. I think he should. Okay, we're not gonna get off on the tangent. I think he should play mid. If
Yeah, I think he really
you remember,
should.
you. Oh, that's right. You played Han too. So
Yeah,
mid lane No Tail, was he not the best mid in the entire game?
exactly.
Like, I don't know why he's playing support. I really don't.
I don't know,
Anyway,
man. Probably because he has the potential of microing.
but he didn't before. That's the weird thing. It used to be Fly that used to do the microing. I feel like
Well,
Chen back in
well,
the day.
maybe if you heard in the interview, they said that controlling the visage birds
I know,
was no
yeah.
tail. Yeah, yeah. So
But
I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
understand that because in Han, not to talk about Han too much, but this is where they came from. He
Yeah,
used
exactly.
like Fly used to be the micro guy, wasn't he? Or am I wrong about that?
I don't remember, man.
Anywho, No Tail's amazing. Okay, Morphling. Okay, you can cast stuff and attack while in waveform, so that means you can ethereal, Dagon, you know, all that good stuff. So
Yeah,
huge
that's so
change
good,
for
man.
Morphling. He's back in the game,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
That's
I like it.
sarcasm.
It doesn't
Man, I
sound like
really
a big
miss that
change,
hero.
but I think it is pretty big actually.
You think it's pretty
What's it-
big, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just allows you to blow people up quicker. So
Wait, guys. You're saying this is not a
encourages-
big change?
no, I said it is a big change.
Oh, it is a big change. Of
You
course, it
think
is a
it's a
big
huge
change.
change, really?
I think it is a big change, man.
Do you think this
Because
brings him back though?
it does, because he was so freaking useless. You couldn't do stuff with this hero. Like before, you could like waveform and TP out, or you could just waveform and just, you know, boom, a Terrorblade in the face and he's dead. But now, just you own. And before you couldn't do that.
Well, I thought the problem was that once he gets his ethereal blade and like his manta or whatever, like he's fine. The problem is getting to that
Mm,
point. Like, how does this
no,
change
no, no,
that
no.
at all?
Well, man, you can farm more often. Like you just
Plus, now you
get
have to get
BOTs.
Dagon, right? You got to get Dagon
Not
on.
really. No. I mean, he's gonna become like the old Morphling. Like he just buys BOTs and split pushes, and he can just, you know, wave and TP out, and people won't catch him. He's gonna be nice like it before, because
I hope
before
not.
he was really strong. What?
He's the most boring hero to watch.
He's not boring,
I mean,
man.
I'm
He's
very
fun.
biased.
Like
He's one of those heroes you just can't kill him. I guess that was nerfed though a long time ago. But still,
oh
like,
yeah. But still,
I'm
fair
still
to go, fair.
scarred from TI2.
TI2.
Watching him every single, I was very happy to be at TI2. I would fall asleep. He's picked every game, played the exact same way. TI3 was so much better than TI2.
TI3 is amazing.
So I do have a personal vendetta against Morphling. I am racist
Well,
against him.
come
I
on.
apologize.
No, man, please no.
No. Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Nature. Okay, whatever. Necrophos, Death Pulse now hits units in Fog of War.
No one picks him up
I mean,
anyway.
yeah. It's a good change, though. I mean, that's kind of annoying that... I think they had a similar thing with Quap's Scream of Pain not doing that they fixed last patch or the patch before.
What I wonder about Necro when it, like, you know, pub games don't matter, but what I wonder about Necro when it comes to pro games is like, where do you put him? I think that's the biggest issue, right?
Mid.
It's like
You have
what
to,
lane does he?
Necro?
Yeah, it's like what lane does he go in the best?
She just goes on easy lane and farms.
Yeah.
He's a farmer.
He gets a fast mechanism, and you just push towers. It's not a problem.
Night Stalker.
You can.
I'm sorry, you
Oh.
weren't done with Necrophos, by all means.
Nah, I just wanted to
I'd
put
love
out
to
that
see this hero again.
man, he's really nice.
Yeah.
Like
I like
he
him a
really
lot.
is useful.
Yeah, I think he's good. I agree.
Do you guys know why?
Why?
Well, first of all, because he's in a team. Like for example, you have a team which is push potential, yeah, and you have a lot of heal, and plus the ulti does so much damage. And if you kill somebody, he's always getting the last hit, always. And with that, you can get a really quick Aghanims. And after you get a quick Aghanims, you just kill with the ulti the carry or whoever is gonna buy back, and you know that he's gonna buy back, but you just kill him with Aghanims and he can't buy back, and you're just gonna change over the game. So this is a really nice hero overall. And I
Yeah.
would really want to see him in competitive and plus
It's
smurf
been a
than
while
purple.
Yeah,
since they put that in though, and we haven't really seen that.
I've been I thought when I saw that Ags buff originally that it was going to be a huge thing and people were going to start picking him up, and then no one did.
Agreed.
I don't really
Well,
get it.
probably because this didn't happen, man.
You got to tickle people's fancy, you know. You got to do a little bit more, a little more tinkering to get them wanting to pick that Necro. Tell you what.
The death pulse hitting units in Fog of War.
Yes, that's
changed.
what's gonna put them over the top.
Yeah.
All right, Night Stalker, crippling fears, night miss chance increased. Great. Nyx Assassin, cast range. Now matches the travel range. I didn't read this one before. This is no.
This has no impact on the length or the area the impale covers.
Oh, I think it's just more of a visual.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I don't
it's not all visual, but I think what we're seeing is a lot of time. Like this is kind of like the Dragon Slave thing, right? Where, like for Lena, was it called Dragon Slave?
Yeah, it is
Where
Dragon
it just
Slave.
looks differently than it should. Like it looks like it should hit as opposed to not hitting. It's one of those.
Probably.
Okay.
Wait.
Anywho,
This is an interesting change to Ogre.
Ogre. So this is really weird. So Unrefined Fire Blast is what you get the extra skill from Aghanim Scepter. Instead of costing 400 mana, it now costs 60% of your current mana.
So basically it just means that if you had 2 mana, you'd still be able to stun.
Right. But that means if it's more it's a really weird change. That means Bloodstone's like a terrible, well, it's not terrible. Well, it is terrible because you're playing Ogre Magi as a farmer. But
What?
it's
I
just
like
really
Ogre
weird.
Magi. I think it should get picked up more simply because like the same people the same reason people were playing Spirit Breaker and stuff. It's just like a tanky support. And tanky supports are really good.
But I don't understand this change. It's really weird. Someone explain it to me.
It's basically what it means is that if you have Ags, you always have a stun available.
Right. But you don't want to really use it unless you're really low on mana. You know?
You don't want to use it unless you're comboing or if you're low on mana.
Okay. I wish we see that hero more. I agree. I mean, the problem is he's melee at the end of the day.
He's melee, but his stun's really good. He's really tanky in lane, and then his the Bloodlust I think is a big deal.
Oh, the Bloodlust is amazing.
Yeah.
So good. Omni Knight, Degen Aura, which is one of the most underrated skills I feel like in the game. The stickiness now lasts for 2 seconds. It's not that huge of a well, I guess in certain scenarios it could be. This is a really good skill though. I'm kind of glad we don't see Omni Knight though, because I really hate him. You know,
No, why
like
did you hate him?
because I never win against him ever.
What? It's
It's-
such a good hero, man. Like,
You know,
I
it's a
know.
fun
That's why I
skill
never
combo.
win against it.
how can you not win against him? But
I
it's
don't know
so
how to
easy to
counter
counter
him.
him.
Just with
What? You
freaking
just buy diffuser blades.
yeah, other
and
than
you counter him.
defusal. What if you get a lineup like okay? Let's think of my general normal game here. Okay.
Okay,
I
okay,
always
tell
pick.
me, tell me.
I always pick a strength hero every time. So
Mhm.
chances are I will never buy a defusal on that hero.
Just buy it, man. You have to
If
be
I have
some
to
kind
bite the
of
bullet for
original
the
guy.
team, I don't know. Like I have to buy a blink. Like if I'm Tidehunter, you want me to get a freaking defusal blade?
Of
And then of
course.
course the team that I'm playing with, there's no heroes that can pick up a defusal. They all pick like the dumbest heroes.
Well, you can't buy the same items every game.
First
no,
world
man.
problems.
Of course. It's pub, right? So basically, like, if you're playing Magnus, you just buy diffuser blades instead of freaking Blink. And you just skill in, and you purge him, and you ulti, and gotta boom, you know?
And the extra agility really helps out those strength heroes too. That's
Yeah.
true.
But a fun pub combo is Morphling with Omni Knight. He waves in, you heal him. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. Or the Ricky Omni Knight. It's
That's
always
true.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
Outworld, nerfed a little bit. It's fine. He's
Oh,
the best mid
yeah.
in the game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
PA, slight changes to blur to make it more consistent, I guess. Queen of Pain.
It's always
I always
yeah,
thought
baby.
Sonic
This is
Wave
good.
was 40 seconds across the board with Ags, but I guess I was wrong. So 170, 40 to 40 across the board, which
Man,
is
this is awesome. This is really awesome. Now, every time you're gonna buy Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain, and we're gonna see that more often because this is gonna be a lot of damage.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
cuss by all means.
Huh?
So, I don't know if you remember this, Dexter. I'm sure you do. And
Okay.
I hate comparing stuff to Han. Okay,
Stop it with the Han.
I played
Jesus.
Dota 1 for 4.5 years. I played Han for
Okay.
2. I played Dota 2 for how many years it's been out now. I'm allowed to talk about it, okay?
Okay,
The Rage
fair enough.
Hog.
This is from Han. You get an Aghanims at like level 10, you get a 40-second cooldown. Do you remember that? You spam it the whole game. So this is actually a pretty big change. It's
Yeah.
really nice. I like it a lot. And I think Queen of Pain's kind of like one of the forgotten mids because you have, I think, like the trio: Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit, Puck. Typically speaking, the other two are better for your team than Queen of Pain. Like they have better mobility. Well, maybe not better mobility in all cases, but they're just more consistent, I guess. Queen of Pain, if you get Ags, it's insane.
It's insane, really, man. That's just like such a low cooldown. You can push waves. You can like just kill people in team fights, and you're gonna have it off cooldown and just gonna keep pushing or just fighting. I don't know, man. It's a really nice thing.
Farm creeps
Plus,
super fast.
What's
huh?
that?
You just blow up creep waves. Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you can
Super
waste it on
fast.
creep, absolutely.
Yeah. And
Ricky.
don't forget that Aghanims.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Aghanims actually gives you as well HP, mana, and other stuff which you need.
Yeah,
So
I think
that's really
Aghanims
nice.
is one of my favorite items for stats, to be honest.
Yeah.
You should get it on heroes that don't even have Aghanims. That's what I say, you know?
Yeah, I think on Magnus you need that Aghanim.
That would be really?
Yeah,
why
why
not
not?
why not just use the point booster and just make like a bloodstone or something?
Nah, man. Aghanim.
It's better than Aghanims.
Does it have an effect on him?
No.
Oh.
It makes
should
him look
make-
like a beast though.
he jumps in and reverse polarities and they just instantly explode.
You know,
Mhm.
if you buy what they should add in the cosmetics, you guys know what a dunce cap is? Is that what it's called? Dunce?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like one of these for Dexter. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like
Nope.
one of those pointy hats that you put on people that are dumb. Is that an accurate description, Sohinki?
Probably.
Yeah. Basically.
They should put that on every hero that buys an Aghanims that doesn't have an ability that is upgraded by Aghanims.
You
That's
mean
what I
like Aghanim Ricky?
or Magnus, yes.
They need
Oh,
to add
nice.
effects for Aghanims in general.
Oh,
Yep.
well, we have something in the workshop for that they should do. Yeah. Sand King. Well, I'm skipping by Ricky because that's obviously game breaking. He's going to be the best hero in the game.
Mhm.
Sand King, Sandstorm Radius rescaled to 525 across the board, which is nice, but doesn't really change. I think his biggest issue is Burrow Strike is absolutely god awful level 1. That's the main reason he's not played, I feel like.
I think
yeah,
they
the
need to
range.
buff Sanking.
What's that?
I think they really need to buff the Sanking.
Yeah.
The level 1 stun.
Agreed.
Just the range, yeah.
Shadow Demon, Shadow Poison, max effective stacks increased from 4 to 5. This doesn't really
That's
affect.
a lot of.
It
Isn't it a
is.
lot of damage?
It's okay. Well, generally speaking, the way he's played, it makes no difference. But
Yeah.
if you play him mid, which was another Dota 1 thing, I don't know why there's so
Yeah.
many Dota 1 mid heroes that aren't played mid anymore. But
I played him mid too.
I
and maxed
think-
the poison.
okay,
Me
so
too.
4 stacks. How much damage is that?
It's like
4
400
stacks?
something.
It's like 500 about. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I think it is like 500.
So 5 stacks, and because it increased exponentially, right? Like
Yeah,
how much is 5 stacks? It's a lot of damage.
I'd have to pull
Well-
up Hero to figure it out.
Wait, what level do you wanna do with the stacks? The level 4?
Well, we're assuming highest level. Yeah.
Okay, so the level 4 stack damage, as far as I remember, it's like 65 per stack, I think.
No,
Oh,
that
wait.
I feel like no. That's after you already hit the cap.
Oh yeah,
Then
yeah,
it
yeah.
goes
yeah,
up by
I think
60 or
I think-
whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
But
It
and again, I could be
does-
way off.
So, the poison deals 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 times the
Oh
stack
yeah,
damage.
right, yeah.
So it stopped at 8 before. I guess now it goes up to 16.
So how much damage
Yeah.
is that?
They already updated this on the wiki. So yeah,
Okay.
it used to stop at 8 times the stack damage. Now it goes to 16 on the 5th stack. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
So the stack damage at level 4 is 65. So 65 times 16. What? That can't be right.
Tell me
Holy
what it
shit.
is. Tell me what it
Well,
is.
Well, I'm no math whiz here. So
But your
let's see.
calculator is.
65 times 16 is 1,040 damage.
That's 5 stacks or 5.
Yeah, that's 5 stacks.
Yeah, that seems about right because I know it's like 4 to 500 for what it was before. But again, like the way this hero's played, which isn't even that often anymore, you don't get Shadow Poison past level 1 because it's more of a scouting tool. But the possibilities there for him to go back mid because I think it's really good in certain situations.
1,040. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's a little bit akin to like the Bat Rider. It's like just don't let your stacks get up too high. But
Right.
But you should not forget it if you get for example, a Veil of Discord and you put it on the enemy, and you just stack the shadows, and then put a Soul Catcher on one guy, he just
Oof.
explodes, man.
So basically, it does about 9,000 damage or so, right?
It's
Yeah.
over
Over
9,000.
9,000.
Over. That's right. Shadow Shaman. Shackle's duration increased, and of course the Mass Serpent Wards, which this was see this a mile away, cannot be
Oh
used on
yeah.
Russian
Thank you,
anymore.
Poppy, for telling that to Ice Rock.
Yeah, seriously. Um, not a huge change. I think Shadow Shaman's kind of a forgotten hero. Used to be. It's one of those mid heroes that used to be really good. Just has
I
no
play him.
escape mechanism since all this roaming has started, and
I
he's just
refuse
fallen
to
out of favor.
play. I refuse to play him any lane but mid.
I agree. Like I think he's not very good in dual tri lanes. I mean,
Shackle's
I don't like
nice,
him
but I feel like in a tri lane it just always gets interrupted.
for the most part. Yeah. I mean, I guess I do prefer him mid, but then again, even mid he kind of sucks because he doesn't have an escape mechanism. Like it's not like a
Eh.
lion that can sheep and stun somebody, you know. So I think that's
Yeah.
completely different. Silencer. Global silence cooldown reduced by 10 seconds. Huge change.
Yeah.
Skywrath Mage, Mystic Flare increased. Doesn't matter. Don't see that hero, and that's not the reason why he's
Yo.
not
I
played.
think he's a good support.
Yeah, I like certain combos. Like let's say a Clockwork, getting somebody in the cogs. That's pretty insane. Like if
Yeah,
you
it
can
is.
guarantee that ultimate, that's pretty ridiculous.
I think as far as the pro scene, the biggest thing on him is his silence. It's so good.
Yeah, definitely. Slardar, I feel like I might go on a tangent with this hero. Although we've been
This
seeing him a
hero.
little bit more, his bash has been increased in damage.
This is so good.
Yeah, he's already good. I don't even know that he needed it. He's a really good hero.
This is really good, man. This is really good.
So
The bash, if you're lucky, you just own, man. It's like it's really good because a lot of people they just don't skill the bash, you know.
Mhm.
Like some people they just don't go for the bash. They just get max the, the first spell, the second spell, the ulti, and just kill stuff. But when you're going this hero hardcore, you max the passive, the bash. You're just gonna stomp the enemy so hard with a lot of attack speed because
I
this is
always
gonna be. Hmm?
I always max the bash when I play him. I only
Yeah,
get
yeah.
level 1 of the sprint
the
and then
thing
max
I
the
love
bash.
about the comeback of Slardar, which we're gonna call it that for now, is it's bringing other heroes back, like a Dazzle, Shadow Fiend. I don't think we've seen Vengeful Spirit, who we'll get into a little later.
Do you
Kind of the
remember
minus armor
TI1?
strat. TI1?
Yeah, do you remember TI1 when the starter was picked and it was just owning the Chinese Dota?
Yeah.
When Navi was playing versus, I think, Ecom or something like that.
The only
And
thing I remember from TI1 is Spectre every game.
man, there
Yeah.
was Slardar that was just owning the freaking Chinese Dota. This art style guy was just killing
Freaking art
China
style.
Dota. You remember art style, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Slark.
The reason I like Slardar is because he doesn't really need anything to fight. He just needs like his treads and a BKB and a blink dagger, and then you're
You
good
can
to
also get a negative. Oh, shit.
go.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Only if he wears the dunce cap, then we're good.
Yeah.
Slark, pounce damage reduced. Everybody's saying this hero is completely overpowered, which I think he's a snowball hero. I like snowball heroes. I don't think they should be nerfed.
I think he's
Um,
overpowered because he can dive with no repercussions because of his ulti.
But it's only like 4 seconds. Like he has to be snowballed out of control for that to be,
Yeah.
irreversible. I don't know. I really like this hero. He's fun to watch.
And he hits really hard early on too if you level his stats deal.
Sniper. Don't understand. Like,
Oh,
are they just gonna keep
Sniper.
increasing this across the board? Like, I don't feel like the range is his issue.
I think it is.
You
Kind
think it
of.
is?
Well, not really, but they built him to be like a glass cannon. So it's like he's supposed to do his damage from far away.
I feel like he's already so far away. You know?
Yeah.
I think the thing that they should change is, what's his first skill called?
Shrapnel.
Yeah, I don't. Shrapnel's okay. It's not bad. I think they should
I
make it
max it
better
first
though.
every time. It's really good.
I mean, I feel like it should do more damage to heroes.
I
That's
like
how I
that
feel.
it's I like this. I think it would be better if they just maybe even increase the slow on it instead of the damage.
Oh yeah, even that. Yeah, any buff to that skill to make it, I feel, a little bit better would be good. I don't know if I mean, this is a pub hero. We're talking about pubs here, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this just incentivizes
Yo.
people to sit in the back and jerk off, basically.
I really need to be right back about that, what you're just talking. I need to be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Mentioning that, I need to be right back.
No problem. I understand. My voice turns on a lot of people. Spirit Breaker, you now gain vision of your target while you're casting another strike. Definite need.
Necessary.
He was awful.
Yeah.
in this patch, this last patch.
Oh my god, every
Awful.
time you lose vision just cancels. So annoying.
I mean, he went from one end of the spectrum to the other, so don't think we need to talk about that anymore. It's good to see.
Nope.
Storm Spirit, base, whatever, doesn't matter.
Blitz is so sad.
Sven, doesn't matter. Terrorblade,
Armor increase.
do you want to talk about
No, no, no.
Terrorblade? I don't know.
I have no freaking clue what that hero is and what that hero does, and I know that I'm gonna get owned by that hero in pub.
Do you know what his ultimate does?
No
We'll
freaking
talk about
clue
his
what this
ultimate.
hero
So
does.
let's say he's low on HP and the guy he's fighting has full. You can swap health.
Yeah.
That's his
No
ultimate.
shit, man. What the
So
fuck, really?
in Dota 1 pubs, I would always get a Shadowblade, or Lothars, excuse me.
Oh, that's
and then
true.
I would
Yeah, that's awesome.
and then I would
Really?
just jungle. I would jungle until I was really low health, and then I would Shadowblade out into the lane and just swap health and one hit someone.
Oh my
And
god,
his
man,
third
this hero.
skill is kind of like dragon form. It turns him into a ranged hero with
What?
faster,
Yeah.
more damage, has more damage.
What the fuck is
That's
this hero
awesome.
then?
Yeah, he's really good for pushing because he makes a copy of himself too.
Yeah,
Seriously?
he's cool.
I never seen this hero, so like I'm telling you, when I first saw Earth Spirit, I was like, okay, this hero sucks. But then when this hero got massively, just by owning pubs and people understood how the combo works,
Yeah.
plus this hero, this Terrorblade, I have no freaking clue what to expect from this.
I think this one
Um,
takes a little less skill than Earth Spirit.
Mhm.
I
I mean,
think
Earth
I'm
Spirit.
probably
Go ahead.
I'm probably gonna have the Aghanim Scepter on me when I'm gonna, see this hero. I remember as you mentioned about the Aghanim, right?
Oh, of course.
the
Dunce
dunce,
How's it called? How's that called, the thingy?
Dunce
the
cap.
dunce cap.
The dunce cap. Yeah, I'm gonna have the dunce cap when I'm gonna see Terrorblade against me or with me, because I'm gonna have no freaking clue what does this hero do.
Don't worry, you can watch the hero preview come out, and you'll be an expert by the end of it after 2 minutes of
Oh,
watching.
that's
Yes.
gonna be awesome.
Absolutely.
He's a right click carry for the most part.
And what items do you have to get on him?
Just
I don't
normal carry
remember.
items.
Yeah, I don't. Manta probably. I can't remember. I didn't play this hero a ton, but I remember he was fun when I did play him because Sunder's so fun.
So you were saying that he makes illusions, right? Like he can
He
convert
makes one
himself.
illusion of himself, yeah.
He can
Okay,
make
so
an
he can
illusion
make-
of himself, and then one skill is he makes an illusion of enemy hero that attacks that hero for 5 seconds. His third skill
Uh-huh.
is the range form, which boosts his damage, and then his ultimate is swapping HP.
Can you actually like make Scotty, Manta, and that type of
Yes.
hero, type of
Yes.
items on him?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Dude, you know what'd be funny Ags buff for him? Is if you got Ags, you could swap health with teammates.
Whoa.
That would be so trolly, but that could be so awesome too. And actually, it's
You get
funny
a
you
blink
say that
dagger?
because some of the items change that we're going to get into kind of go into that thought process a little bit. which I
Well,
think is
wait,
cool.
actually, no. Hold on. I'm reading the tooltip again. It says sever the soul of an ally or enemy. So I guess you can
Oh
do it
my
anyway.
god, that is. Oh, that's gonna be
Oh,
so
I
Is
fun.
that
Yeah.
different? I didn't think you could do that in Dota 1.
I don't remember. I didn't
Not
think
while I
so,
was
but
playing anyway.
that is
Do you
That's
know what,
hilarious.
guys? Do you know what, guys?
What?
Since you said this, do you know what? Like, I'm saying, do you know
Hmm.
what's gonna happen now after what you just said?
Everyone's gonna do
This-
that.
Everybody's gonna do this, and I'm gonna make myself a Smurf account, and I'm just gonna call myself a secret name. I'm not gonna say what or who, but when I'm gonna play the Terrorblade, I'm just gonna go get low HP, and if I see some guy, he's in mid, some kind of Mongoloid who I don't like, I'm just gonna get low HP, blink into him, change HP, and when he gets one click from that carry or something, he dies, and I'm just gonna
Well, what you
run
have to
away
do
back.
is sunder him and then force staff him into the enemies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Get
that's
there
a
you
force
go.
staff, just random force staff action.
awesome, awesome.
Blink 4-staff Terrorblade.
All right,
Link force
so
staff.
we talked about this hero a bit. Actually, it's funny. I was reading, just randomly reading Tidehunter's abilities. Like sometimes I go through and read the notes. You know what I'm talking about? Like just really obscure information about the heroes. And I was thinking Kraken Shell. I feel like it's weird that people would typically get level 1 of Kraken Shell because you don't care about the damage block per se, but more so the debuff threshold, and that's been
Mhm.
changed to actually scale. So I don't think this changed anything for the competitive scene, but I think this is still a good change overall because it's nice to see, because this is one of those
Offlane.
consistency things,
Offlane Tidehunter more often.
It could, you never know. It's not bad.
It's gonna be fun to watch because I really love Tidehunter, especially Shiver.
Keep bringing that. Everybody loves that. Who doesn't? Okay, so, and actually that's a good point you bring up. So like, I'm surprised in the last patch that we didn't ever see Tidehunter in offlane because it's so much easier to play offlane now.
Yeah.
So that could be cool to see. Timbersaw base strength reduced. Okay. Tinker added Aghanim Scepter.
This is, I think, the biggest one for competitive in the whole patch.
It's pretty cool.
As far as
Because
people
this is a hero that gets farmed no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
So I completely agree with that. Now the question is, do you get Aghanims, like how fast do you get it? So essentially what it does, it doubles laser range and provides, what is it, 4 heat-seeking missiles?
4 missiles. Yeah.
If there's
crazy.
4 heroes, though, like you got to think about that too.
Yeah.
Well, you just place a ward and there you go.
Here's the thing. Is who can push into that? No one can push into that. That's so crazy.
That's true.
Just triple marches and missiles for days just going off.
That's
I don't
gonna
know.
be so
But don't
annoying.
forget, you need to have a lot of mana.
That's true.
Okay,
And
now
since
after
Aghanim...
you said that, I'm not excited for this hero anymore.
No, man. No, wait. Don't forget that since Aghanim gives you attributes and it gives you mana, it gives you strength.
Yeah.
And since that, you were gonna be like such a nice anti-pusher and so much damage to the heroes which are pushing that this hero is gonna be like probably banned versus some kind of, you know, special pick which is gonna be pushing, you know?
I actually agree. I think this hero is going to be played a lot more competitively
Yeah.
because of this change.
Hopefully, man. This hero is really fun to watch always,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Unless I remember, not to go off on a tangent, TI1, when you could only watch certain games in director mode sometimes,
Yeah.
and it would always follow the Tinker going back to base to heal. I always remember that. Just over like half the match is me watching Tinker TP to base.
I didn't realize, I never realized how good the hero was until I watched, I think it was Mouse Sports playing him against Navi at, was it DreamHack? And Synderin was playing it, I think.
I'm not sure.
I don't know,
Doesn't
man.
ring a bell.
It was
I don't know.
it was when Mouse won DreamHack a couple years ago. DreamHack Winter, I think
I
it
don't know,
was.
man.
But yeah.
I don't
know they
remember
won twice
anything
in a
with
row.
Syndrome and Tinker.
All right. Anyway, this is starting to get. We're going off on so many tangents. Mostly my fault, as per norm. Treant overgrowth AOE's been increased. Nature's Guy's range increased. Okay. He's already played a decent amount. He's kind of annoying to play against. It's a good change. Agreed.
Yeah, it's cool.
What
I mean,
what exactly changed? The Nature's guy?
They
house call?
buffed the range of his ulti, and you can cast his invis from further away.
I mean, I'm fine
Yeah,
with that. Like, I don't. His ulti's not really a problem. And Nature's
Man,
Guys is never used. So.
What do you mean I've never used?
It's
Now it's
great.
gonna be used, man. You're gonna have more assassins now.
That's
gonna
what
be
I'm
awesome.
saying. It's going to be great now.
Well, the thing that's
Yeah.
crazy about Nature's Guys is the fact that you can use abilities and items from the invis. So
Yeah.
Troll Warlord. Fervor max stack rescaled to a constant 4. Fervor stack, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
who cares?
Tusk. Now this one we were talking about a little bit. Secondary units hit by Snowball take the same impact as primary units, so that's a buff. Remove 50% threshold mechanic from Walrus Punch, and then base increase crit for his ultimate. So what this means is
It's basically the same.
his crit. I completely disagree. His Walrus Punch is infinitely better now. So for like on a consistency basis. So if he was below 50% HP, the crit would be higher with Walrus Punch. But now it's just always the same, but it's been buffed to 3.5. So this is a pretty good change for a hero that is extremely fun to watch. Like, come on, pick him more. So good.
Punch him.
I love him.
Punch.
All right, you want to talk about Undying, Sohinki, because you love him. Necrophiliac.
I think Undying's a really strong hero, but yes, the 6-second cooldown on Soul Rip is pretty ridiculous. That's a lot of healing or a lot of damage. I don't know.
That's a lot of pushing as well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Pushing, pushing, pushing. Vengeful Spirit, Wave of Terror, which is actually not called that in Dota 2, I believe. They changed it. Has been increased. This is a hero I freaking love. I wish she would come back. Problem is her
man.
range. Her attack range sucks. That's all it comes down to, I think. I don't
But
think
still,
this is gonna
man,
change
the
anything.
Blink Dagger on Vengeful now is awesome. I think it would be really awesome to see Vengeful not only as support, but as a solo mid as well. She would be really good, because she
Yeah.
has the stun, and because of this Midas armor, it's gonna be really a lot of damage to the... whenever they're gonna be killing somebody, you know, there's gonna be more damage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Well,
just
now-
think that this hero is awesome.
Now that the negative armor thing's coming back, maybe this one extra armor makes a difference for these people that pick these lineups, because she is freaking really good. Really
I think
like
one
Yeah.
armor early is definite. I mean, always is, but definitely a big deal early on.
Man,
Okay.
it's all about the numbers.
All about the numbers. Venomancer, base damage reduced by 5 and base HP. Visage changed a bit. I think the Familiars is probably the biggest change. They're now completely magic immune, which they're
Well,
probably. I guess.
Here's the question: is will they still block hook and arrow and stuff?
Well, that's magic
I think
damage.
yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I think no. Wait,
I hope.
I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but like Pudge Hook will hit BKB targets, so it should work the same
Okay.
way as that.
Right. Okay.
That's what I think. Warlock, I don't understand this change. Like, when has upheaval been a problem? When are you going to cast it for 12 seconds? Somebody
you never
tell me.
get one of those 12-second
No,
upheavals?
I don't actually.
What?
Believe it
Seriously?
or not. Like,
How?
this is the most random. Okay, this is the most random change in the patch.
No,
Am I
it's
missing
really important.
something?
It is really important, like Batriders, fix. It really is important.
Yeah.
Batrider. What? What about Batrider?
Batriders changed in this patch.
Oh,
It's
that's true. That was pretty epic too. Yeah. Okay, Wind Ranger. Ugh. Focus Fire no longer has a cast animation. Focus Fire mana cost reduced. Okay.
Oh, finally.
Yeah,
I do like that they reduced the mana cost though, seriously.
because it's
Cost
not
know
a
what?
way
good
too much
skill.
for what it was.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what is good on this hero? If this is a really good update because remember we spoke about diffusal blaze?
Yes.
You can make it on this hero now, and you just press ulti on that hero, and like in 5-6 seconds he has no more mana.
That's interesting,
And-
actually, because you can actually use this
and-
on heroes. I mean,
Although
you can always
the
use it on
orb
heroes.
effect is less, isn't it? On until she has her eggs.
Well, I don't know about the eggs, but I'm just saying that you can buy diffusal blades, and you're gonna do a lot of mana burning to the hero, which needs the mana pool.
Wait, no. Orbs
Well, I
don't
don't-
work unless you get Ags.
Well, no, they work, but they're just less effective.
Are they? Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I'm not an Aghanim guy.
Dunce
Let
count?
me. I'll.
Well,
I'll
so
look
are you
this up
saying
real
that you
quick.
feel like this skill will be used on heroes now more than towers, more so than before? Because it's
Well,
always
not
used
only
for
on
towers.
it's gonna be both. It's gonna be both. It's gonna be heroes and towers.
Okay.
Because whenever you use the spell, you use it for towers because it was a really high mana mana pool,
Hmm.
and now it's less, and now you can use it more active like on heroes.
Well, yeah, it's one of those skills you're like, why is this 400 mana kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Like what
Um,
the?
It might actually. It might actually get the full mana burn because all it says is that it has reduced damage from attack modifiers.
Oh.
And item effects.
Okay.
So they might have less burn damage from the mana burn, but I
That'd
think
be
it might
interesting.
still burn all the mana.
Okay, Witch Doctor has been changed a bit. I like these changes. Maledict AoE has been increased, although it looks like it's small. It's pretty small to begin with, although it's been getting buffed over now and then. Voodoo Restoration initial mana cost has been drastically reduced, which I think is a huge deal. This is kind of underrated. It's not the best heal in the game by any means, but
What?
I feel
I
like it
just-
should have. I feel like it should have no initial mana cost.
yeah.
The
Why?
heal.
Why?
I
I
can
don't know.
agree with that.
No, man. The heal is really, really strong because in the early on, for example, level 3, 4, if you get it on like level 3, 4, the heal, you can heal yourself really nicely. It's like you're using a salve on yourself, but it's a little bit slower heal than salve because,
Mhm.
for example, you're fighting against a hero and you have it on and you just heal and he can't kill you because you're healing and he's not. I think it's a really good change and it's going to be used more often when you're pushing. Once again, this is all
Yeah.
coming to pushing.
Witch Doctor Juggernaut lineup.
Yeah, not only Juggernaut, but I think it's gonna be like Enchantress or Chen or all those heroes, and it's gonna be also Witch Doctor because the heal is really, really important. You're just healing the creeps, you're healing yourself, you're healing the allies. I don't know, man. I think this is a really nice spell early on.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the Melodic. Like, what does the Melodic do like on level 2 or 3? Like, doesn't do too much because you're not gonna kill many frags, but with the heal, you can simply just push towers and clear the creep waves so
That is
quickly.
the meta. So I guess
Yeah, I'm
that's
telling you,
good.
man. It's all about pushing now.
All right,
Yeah.
so actually going into that, I have a weird thing I want to talk about. I call it weird because people are going to rage about my opinion on this. Wraith King. Okay, so the changes are reincarnation slow has been increased by 25% and it lasts for
gonna-
1 second longer.
If you're about to say what I think you're gonna say, then I agree. But go
No,
ahead.
I think you know what I think I know what you think I'm going to say, which is there should be no mana for his ult.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay, so what do you think I was going to say?
No, go ahead, and then I'll say what I
Skeleton
was
King?
gonna say.
Okay, what I feel. Okay, first of all, this hero is absolute shit as a carry, pretty much no matter what.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I agree.
what I think
No.
they should do to change him, and goes into the whole metagame of pushing, make him a utility hero. So think of it now. The numbers are insanely rigged. If it was stayed the same with my changes, so they'd have to be nerfed quite a bit. Reincarnation is fine. His
I think
vampiric
that
aura is great now because it works on range heroes. I think his critical strike the number should be reduced, but it should be AoE, like a small AoE. Like this whole hero should be based on AoE. His stun should not be single target only. Well, okay, the stun should be single target, but I think it should spread to an AoE and slow or something like that. Like the slow effect should be AoE. This hero should be all AoE utility. I think it'd be really cool.
And I think they should add him Aghanim as well, because
To do
it's
what?
really nice. What? What do you mean to do what? Like when you die, you're respawning. And for example, you have Aghanim with this hero. It's AoE, you know? Like your ally is gonna die and he's gonna respawn. I think it's gonna be nice.
Oh, you
What
think
do you
the
think?
Aghanim should buff to make it AoE for your team?
Yeah,
That
like
seems
for
pretty
example,
rigged.
one of your teammates dies and it just, buffs on him and he
Oh, you
just
know, actually,
revives.
here's something interesting. What if the Ags buff was you could cast it on a teammate? So he uses up his ultimate to save someone else.
How can you do that? Because you never know if the hero doesn't insta die from nukes, you know?
I
Well,
think
like-
they
it would
should.
be it would be something along the lines of the duration lasts for like 5 seconds or something.
What
or
about if
whatever.
Aghanims made it so your ultimate doesn't cost mana? You don't need
That would be-
mana to have it.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
just 0 seconds
But so
cooldown.
here's what I was gonna say is I think that Wraith King is actually a viable support. He's pretty tanky. I think he was more viable maybe when his crit was that thing where you took 20% of their life.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's a free Vlad's even for a range carry, he's tanky as fuck. He gets 2 lives, so he's always in the fight, and he has a stun that's pretty good.
Yep.
Well, I
And he's
think
also a good
that's-
roamer.
I think his
Yeah.
stun's terrible. I mean, compared to Sven, his stun's terrible. Like,
yeah.
remember
it
Sven
slows
used
you
to
as
have
well.
his stun minus the slow, and Sven's now
He's-
infinitely better.
He's like us. He's like us. If you ran him like a support, he'd be like a slightly different support Sven.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think
I th-
I agree with the sentiment that he should be played as like a utility or support because this is a really cool hero. They have a lot of possibilities. Right now, it just seems like it's like half support, half carry. Like it doesn't make sense, you know? Skeleton,
Yeah.
and they should bring back the Skeleton King, obviously.
Skeleton.
Zeus. Okay, next. So items. Animal Courier, bounty reduced. Okay, mana cost for Arcane Boots. We're not going to be reading all these. Battle Fury has been upgraded. In
This is a
AoE.
big one on the Blink Dagger.
Yes, Blink Dagger.
Blink
Huge
Dagger.
change. This is one of the
Yeah.
top 3 changes. No mana
This-
cost. Thoughts?
Yeah. This is the best
think that's
item, man. It's gonna
amazing.
be.
Yeah.
It's overall the best item in the game, and it's gonna be now even more better because no mana, and you can just do so many things, man.
Not quite
It's
as
gonna be-
crazy as when it didn't have a cooldown from damage, but still.
Yeah.
Well,
really good.
what? Wait, what? What
In-
are you talking about?
In Dota 1, it used to be that there was nothing interrupted it. You could blink whenever you wanted. So
Seriously?
even if you
That
took
was when it
damage-
was originally put in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Then
was-
no wonder I like this item, man.
Every pro game in Dota 1 is like 5 Blink Daggers.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I
I wish they would do this again.
This is an amazing change though because I think it affects heroes like Tidehunter as an example, who are mana like initiation heroes that are strength based that
Axe.
don't have a
No,
lot
no,
of
no, no.
mana. Yeah, Axe is
No,
a
no.
great example. He's so mana starved. This is
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
exactly. Axe, he needs it. But don't forget, you can buy diffuser blades.
Yes, diffusal blades counter everything. Absolutely. Bottle. If you control click a hero on your team, you can give. I guess. Okay, I was gonna say, what if it worked on enemies? That would be hilarious. Misclicks. You can give bottle charges to and this is a great change because I don't know how you guys feel. Like dropping your bottle on the ground, having that's so awkward so many times, you know.
Oh yeah,
many
yeah,
times-
yeah. You need to drop it, and then he's just gonna pick it up, and you never know if he's gonna be stolen the bottle.
Right.
Like it
How
was
many-
already stolen.
How many times in pubs you're just you're playing mid and someone's like, "Yo, can I get a sip?" Just like, damn it, son of a bitch. Okay, you have to drop your bottle and trade it back and forth.
Yeah, it's so awkward. All right, so Dexter,
Oh,
diffusal
yeah.
blade. By all means,
Oh,
let's go on a tangent, man. You love
Oh,
it.
this is my favorite, man. Agility bonus increased from 22-26 to 25-30. I think this is gonna be awesome. This item is gonna be picked more often, and you know what? It's gonna be bought like many more times than now, since it's gonna give you a lot of agility and more damage. Like Drow Ranger, it's gonna be really nice on her.
Mhm.
Plus, don't forget the knockback, right? You can make from a Drow Ranger some really nice hero with the diffusion blades.
But the
plus
great
with
thing
the
about
silence.
that is you can silence them and then diffusal them to get rid of the
Ex-
silence.
Exactly.
It's great.
That's the point, right?
Yeah,
How
so
great is
good.
it, huh?
So good. You're right,
Yeah.
man. It's
If you
unbelievable.
defused them first and then knocked them back, they'd have a harder time getting back to you.
That's
Exactly.
true.
It's like you're making, you know, like a Medusa ulti, just making it from items. How cool is that, man?
It's pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's like a poor
But
man Medusa ult.
but honestly, the Fusion Blade, I really love this item, and whenever I play against Necrobooks or freaking, you know, Warlock Golems, I just buy the Fusion Blades and I just purge all of those, you know, those stuff, because
So
it's really annoying.
we're not gonna see Warlock still. Well,
Oh
I guess
yeah,
that's not true because if you get Aghanims and then Refresher, like Diffusal Blade, what, you're gonna kill one of them? You still
well, you
got
know,
three.
you need to live till that time, right, to buy a refresher, right?
It's true.
Because
Yeah.
but the
Warlock's
Fusion
so
Blades is
squish.
a really
But
nice
no, but
item, really fun.
now that his slow is 16 seconds, possibly. I mean, there's no way
That's
he's gonna
true.
die.
Oh yeah, man.
Obviously.
Yeah, no.
All right, so drums number of charges increased by 1, which is great. I think
I
they
like
just
it
run
a
out
lot.
too fast, and then the recipe cost increased a bit, which I think is fair. It's good.
Yeah.
Still a great item. Yules cooldown reduced. Okay. Force staff, force travel speed reduced. Don't really talk about that. This is a huge change. Iron branch reduced by 3 gold. Holy jeez.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna buy more benches now.
I think I forget the reasoning that it was 53 gold in Dota 1. Was it
Wait,
like
it
why
was
did you
actually
start with a
50.
specific the old amount of gold you used to start with? Why was it that much? I don't remember why. I think there was some reason that I don't remember right now. So we'll just
Do you really think so? There was a reason for this?
yes. I
Because I'm not a Dota 1 player, obviously,
no,
and I'm just
it was either they wanted a certain amount of items to be able to be bought, and this by increasing this by 3, it was probably 50 gold originally, and they increased it by 3 to make it fit into the inventory right away. Or there was some restriction with the money, the gold you can start with in Dota 1, which I doubt at this point. It was just one of these archaic things that doesn't matter anymore. Mask of Madness increased by 3%. This is another thing. Why 17%? You know? Why?
Yeah, I
Now
don't
it's
know.
20.
Weird.
It's an interesting item though. I mean,
it's
got
a really
big
nice
plays.
item, especially on Phantom Assassin, man.
Phantom Assassin because
Yeah.
of the evasion. I guess that's true.
Well,
Evasion plus like a BKB. It's actually that seems pretty legit.
It's really good.
It's really good on Tiny when you have a Wisp because it like negates
On
the
Tiny.
damage you take. Yeah.
Oh, don't forget Tiny buys the Aghanims, so
That's
it's
true.
gonna be really nice.
Indeed.
No dunce cap on him.
Indeed.
Yep.
Mjolnir. Okay, Necro. This is the big nerf. So the bounty has been increased for killing them by a decent amount. The armor has been reduced hugely, and then
Yeah.
the cooldown increased by 15. So how does this change things? So we're going to see 5 Necros in the future still?
No.
Hopefully not, because no, go on, man. Just talk about it because I really hate this item whenever I'm playing a pub match, you know, 5K MMR, and then they're just like, oh, let's pick Invoker, let's pick Nature's Prophet, Pugna, you know, all those heroes which need Necrobooks, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna play a really nice game of Shadow Fiend solo mid. But apparently your mid is already dying because it's 10 minutes in the game and they're just having 3 Necrobooks because like not level 3 Necrobooks, but I mean Necrobooks overall. They take early on so many towers and they're just pushing and you can't do anything about it because if you're gonna kill the Necrobook, you're just gonna kill yourself. And yeah, I really think that this is a really nice, slightly fixed. Plus the cooldown was what is it like? The cooldown increased from 80 to 95, yeah? Because the cooldown was really ridiculous, annoying. It's like you have a fight, you have a team fight, yeah? You use the Necrobooks, and then you just respawn, and you already have ready your Necrobooks. But and now it's gonna be a little bit more longer, and the push is not gonna be that more thing. It's just my theory. I don't know what others think. It's just what I think.
I like it because it makes it more of a team fight item and less of a split push item. And I think it'll still be strong in team fights because if they're targeting your necro creeps, then they're not targeting you and they're still doing a lot of damage. But there'll be less of people just like TPing into a lane, summoning them, and then like TPing out.
Yeah.
So
Agree. And
I like it.
original Dota, there was a restriction of 2. And I think it's weird that there was a restriction on something, so I think nerfing it is probably the better thing to do. Observer Ward can now be targeting allies to transfer one charge. Same thing as the bottle. We can move on. That's a great change. I mean, I love intuitive things like this. You know, it makes it a lot easier to play.
Like the Tango.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Radiance attack damage bonus increased by 5. Okay. Refresher Orb recipe reduced. I thought it was too expensive to begin with.
The same.
It's somewhat situational. I mean, Razor, it's great on Razor, obviously. It should be bought every game, but other than that. A Ring of Aquila. I want to talk about this for a second, just briefly. For the longest time, it's Basilius and Wraithband. You don't actually increase anything except for an extra slot. Now you gain 3 extra agility, which it's a nice bonus. It's a good item.
It makes me happy because I play Weaver a lot.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
need to be right back.
No problem, man. Rod of Atos, epic item. Set S and Y. Nobody's gonna buy this still, unless
I
you're gonna
love
rank
F
it
and
up.
Y. I get it so often.
I think okay, so I have a love-hate relationship with it. I think it's underrated, but I think it's still not very good. But if you're gonna end up building a Manta and a Halberd, I think it's cool to get this and then split it up later in certain situations. So I don't
I
mind.
pick it up on Doom a lot. I really like it.
Sentry Ward can now be targeting allies. This is. You want to talk about this for a while, Sohinki?
Yeah, let's talk about
Because
it.
this is
you
way
can,
bigger deal than the Observer
you
Ward
can
change.
you can transfer one.
Yeah.
So, like the Observer Ward, you're transferring an Observer Ward, but the Sentry Ward, it's kind of crazy because you're actually transferring a Sentry Ward when you click
This
it
makes
on
it this makes it easier to be able to like when you're killing Roche, give a ward without misclicking to the carry, and then like filling up his slots is what I mean.
Yeah.
And stealing the Aegis. This
And then
makes it just a
stealing-
little bit easier, so I like that. Shadow Amulet, Fade Delay improved, and
is
you can now use
huge.
this on allies, which
It's not.
like
I think it's a cool. I think you'll see, silly things happen in pubs, but people in pro games always have detection anyway, so it's not a big deal.
and it's going to be like in pubs especially. The coordination is just god awful. So I don't think we're going to see any big plays. I think this is going to be fails of the week material.
Yeah, that's good.
Shiva's Arctic Blast. It was 719 range. What's so random? Like somebody does not have OCD on the Dota team. I'll tell you what. With 719 as the
Or maybe they just have a thing with the number 719 and they're really OCD.
yeah maybe. Okay, no big deal there. That's a great item. Pretty underrated. Smoke of Deceit.
The nerf on smoke is interesting.
Yeah, duration decreased. I think this is warranted, maybe even more, to be honest, because ever since the change where you literally cannot see them with any detection unless there's a hero in the vicinity, is
Hello?
very strong. You know?
Yeah.
Very like it's almost uncounterable.
Yeah,
What
I
What
like
exactly?
The smoke of
the
deceit.
smoke
change.
of deceit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's extremely good item. So
I like this because when I play support, I tend to waste tons of time and I'm terrible. And this will encourage me not to stay in lane and wait for ganks too long.
Yep. It's all
Yeah.
about the numbers, man. Also, 40 to 35 still. It's really important. Like, you're gonna be less scared middle because 40 seconds is really too much. Not staying on the lane, for example, like. The supports use smoke and you get a call from your teammates because you know 2 supports left from your lane, and you're staying middle, and like 40 seconds is actually pretty much because you just have to stay next to the tower and just wait up for the smoke to end. And 35, well, that's gonna be more better, and you're gonna feel more safer solo mid now. That's just how I think.
all right, and teleport. We're almost done here. Stacking delay decreased, which means the more people that TP to the tower, the less time it will actually take them before, which I don't know if that's going to produce more passive play because you're defending more towers in that case, but what do you guys take on that?
I just
This
think,
is awesome.
yeah, I think it's good. It'll be, I don't want to say it'll be harder to dive, but I don't know. It seems like it should have some impact, right? On 1.5 seconds for
What
a
is
hero.
Dexter saying?
He's saying Power Rangers.
Power Range. Oh, that's true. You can make so many more videos like that.
Yeah, Power
So good.
Rangers.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Okay, Tranquil Boots.
Needed a
oh,
buff,
you
but
can
I don't think
also
it's gonna-
you can also TP to a farther away from the tower, which makes it more safe as well.
Yep.
Tranquil Boots movement speed increased by 5, HP regeneration
Oh, wow.
increased by 2, no difference.
Sorry, I don't mean to go back to TPs, but
Mhm.
I didn't even see that. That's actually really good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think Tranquil Boots, the move speed needs to be way higher, but then they break if you get even close to a hero. I think having
See-
more mobility for supports is excellent. Produces more
This is for
ganks,
supports. This is an awesome item.
And well, I think it should be buffed though. It should be better than this. But the idea is there, and I like it. So
Yep.
we're on the right
Yep.
track.
Ice Frog sees it. Good job.
Indeed. Veil of Discord. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I wish we see more Veil of Discord. The idea is cool in certain situations.
Then it's a must-have item on Sanking. Like, this is the best item for Sanking where you can get, like, you get a blink and you get a veil, and you just win every team fight
What,
because
does
of
that
the
mean you
veil.
cast it after you ult?
Yeah.
Well, you're like you
You
can phase
blink in.
shift it. You can shift it.
Yeah, but you do it after you've ulted in, right?
Well, it's like you're casting your ulti, then you're phase shifting your dagger,
Right.
and then you instantly Q it with
Yeah.
your blink. So you're casting both like exact time with your blink.
Right.
I mean with the epicenter and with the veil. So you do a lot of damage.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I
like
pick
the
it
other.
up on Zeus, obviously.
Yeah, Zeus is
On
great.
Zeus is
great,
not bad as
great
well.
hero. I mean, that's a pro hero right there.
It is. Someone used to play that hero.
That would be
Merlini.
me. And
Yeah,
Merlini. I'm more famous for Zeus though.
You are? Really?
Yeah, Ice
What
Frog
did you
actually
do?
named it after me.
Seriously? Wow. And when was that?
1999.
Mm-hmm.
It did, yeah. It used to be named Horse.
Yeah, it was the horse god, the god of horse. Okay, now that we're going off on the randomest tangent of the night, my name is SUNSfan. Thanks for joining us, Dexter and Sohinki. You guys want to give a shout out to wherever we can find more information about you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Sohinki and check me out youtube.com/smoshgames or /Sohinki.
And Dexter?
Oh, my friend, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm very good, thank you very much. Well, it's very easy to find me. I don't sit very much on Twitter, but it's very nice service to use, you know. You can follow me. It's d3xt_e and r. This is my Twitter.
I'm so jealous that your Russian accent's so much better than mine. I hate
Oh,
you.
yes. Oh, I am very sorry. I forgot. SUNSfan.
Give me mana.
Yes.
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 Give me mana.
And you can
I,
find
I
me
wanted.
SUNSfan TV, Facebook and Twitter. Any last words, friends?
Yes, yes, yes. Also, I stream, you know, sometime
Oh, yeah,
from
that's
time
right.
to time. Yes, yes. Twitch TV slash the 3xtr or just D3xtr.
Excellent. Your stream is so awesome too, man. You get so many
I
more views than
stream
me.
sometimes, but not very often because my computer at home sucks.
Oh, that's
Well, it's
a
okay.
depressing note to end this on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for
Oh
watching,
well,
guys.
let's just buy Academics, everybody.
Dunce cap incoming. Kitty says goodbye as I'm pointing her at him at the camera. He has a very small penis, so sometimes I call him her. He doesn't mind. All right. Good night, everybody.
Weird.
No, I love him.